Chosen one, you need to stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this video under any circumstances. I am not asking for your attention today because I am commanding it right now. This is not a coincidence, and the algorithm absolutely did not bring you here. Heaven intercepted your feed at this exact second because a divine verdict has just been executed in your favor. Someone who treated you as an option is currently experiencing a full system crash, and it is a completely public collapse that everyone can see. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance for years. They constructed a false narrative about you, and they whispered lies to anyone who would listen to them. They expected your departure to break you completely. They waited with bated breath for you to fail, but instead, you became the exact uncertainty they were never built to handle. And now the very people they used to gossip with are watching them unravel. Their mask has not just slipped today, it has completely shattered in front of everyone. Buckle in, beloved anointed one, because what you are about to hear is not just commentary, it is a specific, undeniable X-ray of the meltdown happening behind closed doors right now. The enemy is screaming at you to swipe away today. He knows that if you hear this message, his hold over your life breaks completely. Do not leave this page. If you leave before the end, you will miss the exact prophetic instruction that guarantees your breakthrough. You need to lock your attention right now. They are crying behind those closed doors today. The panic is setting in deep within their bones. They realize they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held, just to play with cheap rocks. They are making loud noises because their internal world is completely terrified. Nobody has ever seen them act like this before. They are malfunctioning because the fuel they used to steal from your pure energy is gone. Your silence starved them out for good. You walked away and took the light with you, and now they are left sitting in the freezing dark. They thought they could easily replace you with someone else. They looked for another person to carry their heavy baggage. But they quickly found out that your specific depth is utterly irreplaceable. They are desperately trying to project strength, while their entire reality crumbles around them. Every time your name comes up, it hits them with agonizing regret. The people who once enabled their toxic behavior are quietly stepping back now. The flying monkeys are finally beginning to see the true reality. Because the manipulator cannot maintain the illusion without your energy to feed on. Their lies are becoming sloppy. Their anger is becoming erratic. Heaven is exposing every single shadow they tried to hide from you. You won this massive battle without lifting a single finger. Your restraint was never a sign of weakness. Your silence was a lethal weapon that signed their eviction notice. You handed the divine verdict to a court they cannot appeal. While they are drowning in the noise of their own making, the universe is wrapping you in an impenetrable shield of favor. Listen to me very closely right now, because most people completely miss this shift. You are not an average person, and you never were. You are the cycle breaker for your family. You are the specific mirror that reflected their deepest insecurities. The reaction got this loud because you got closer to their true nature than anyone before you ever had. They hated you because your pure existence highlighted their deep corruption. They tried to bury you entirely under their toxic gossip, but they became the shovel that dug up your treasure instead. You walked through their fire and came out glowing. Time was supposed to age you, but you are making time itself look like a complete fool right now. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into a room completely unbothered. You look younger and brighter after everything they put you through. While their bitterness is aging them like milk left in the sun, you have stepped into your permanent, untouched, ageless glow. Heaven is fighting your hardest battles while you simply rest. This is the divine alignment you have been crying out for in the dark. The tears you shed in private have been collected by the universe. The apologies you never received are being paid back in pure cosmic justice today. They are feeling the exact weight of the pain they caused you, and their nervous system cannot handle the spiritual backlash. You need to stay with me here. Do not let the Matrix distract you from this massive revelation. The meltdown you are witnessing from a distance is just the absolute beginning. I am going to show you exactly how their frantic energy is about to shift your timeline forever. The justice being served right now is mathematically precise. Lock in your frequency. They are realizing that every single door they try to open is suddenly locked shut. The favor they stole from your life has entirely evaporated. Heaven has completely removed its hand of protection from their daily reality. You are about to watch the ultimate vindication unfold. Pay very close attention, because the details of this collapse are entirely for you. Now, let us go deeper today, because what you are feeling right now is not new. I know exactly what has been happening to your physical body lately. You wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart racing fast, and that heavy, suffocating weight is already sitting directly on your chest before you even open your eyes. Your jaw is incredibly tight. You feel completely exhausted. You probably thought it was just regular stress. The doctors might have even called it severe exhaustion, but you need to hear the raw truth today. That physical weight you feel is your highly advanced spirit detecting their absolute panic, because they just realized they permanently lost access to your brilliant light. You are not going crazy. It is a spiritual attack. Your cellular intuition is picking up their frantic energy. The spiritual backlash of their collapse is hitting your physical body right now. That burning feeling sitting in your throat is very real. It is the exact feeling you keep swallowing back down every single time their toxic name comes up in conversation. Stop swallowing it today. You have been carrying a somatic weight for months. You served as their ultimate emotional stabilizer for years. Whenever their chaotic matrix started to collapse, they ran directly to you. You were the human battery they plugged into when they felt empty. They drained your pure frequency to sustain their own fake reality, and you allowed them to do it for so long, because your beautiful empathic heart always wants to heal the broken things you find in this world. But they were never truly broken. They were completely empty. They are energy vampires who cannot generate their own light, so they attached themselves to your incredibly bright spirit. They used your profound empathy as a weapon against you. You poured everything you had into their bottomless pit, while they gave you nothing but confusion and pain in return. You gave them your absolute best. They gave you severe brain fog. They gave you sleepless nights and a nervous system running on pure adrenaline. You walked around feeling like a ghost in your own life. The deep fatigue in your bones is not a medical condition. It is the direct result of a massive energetic robbery that took place while you were desperately trying to save someone who did not want to be saved. They tried to convince you otherwise. They gaslighted your entire reality. They pushed you until you doubted your own sharp intuition. But your physical body never forgets the real truth. Every time you felt sick around them, it was your spirit screaming a loud warning. Heaven was actively trying to pull you away from that parasite trap, but you simply loved them too much to see the danger right in front of you. You are the chosen one. Your empathy is a divine gift. The dark elite fear your specific empathic frequency constantly, but you forgot how to protect your own sacred borders. You let a master manipulator convince you that you were fully responsible for their happiness. That was never your job, and you were never meant to carry the heavy karma of someone who deliberately refuses to walk in the light. The isolation you feel right now is painful. You feel completely misunderstood. Even your own family might look at you like you are the problem. You feel like the black sheep wandering alone in the wilderness. But I need you to know that this painful isolation is not a punishment. This is your strict incubation season. God separated you completely to protect you from their toxic contamination, and you are sitting securely in the waiting room of your ultimate destiny right now. You are healing the wounds inflicted by people who were entirely blind to your worth. They expected you to stay stuck in that dark place forever. They wanted you to wait endlessly for a fake apology that will never actually come. But your spirit is finally waking up from their heavy spell, and you can truly feel the atmosphere shifting in your absolute favor today. The truth is finally coming out. Your vindication is already here. If your spirit confirms this raw truth right now, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. This is a physical act of obedience. You are putting a powerful spiritual shield around your restored energy. We are building an unbreakable sanctuary for the anointed ones. The pain you experienced was the exact catalyst for your massive upgrade. Every single tear you cried watered the seed of your new kingdom. You are no longer their emotional dumping ground. You are reclaiming the sovereign power they quietly stole from you while you were sleeping. They are currently starving because the kitchen is permanently closed, and the parasite simply cannot survive when the powerful host finally wakes up and walks away. Your physical exhaustion is going to fade very soon. The brain fog is lifting. Because you are finally cutting the invisible cords they attach to your precious nervous system, you are breaking completely free. Listen to your physical body today. The Matrix programming wants you to work hard and ignore your intuition, but your divine alignment requires absolute stillness while you do this massive spiritual work. Honor the deep rest you need. Do not force yourself to hustle. I need you to understand exactly why your energy is so valuable to them. Why did they target you out of everyone else in the room? Why did they obsess over destroying your specific peace? There is a physical reason your reality has felt so heavy lately, and science has recently exposed the exact frequency they use to keep you trapped in this cycle. We are going to uncover it. Get ready for the full truth. You have been fighting battles in absolute silence for way too long. You thought nobody noticed your daily struggles. You thought nobody saw how you held your strong integrity when they lied on your name. But someone deeply powerful has been quietly watching your resilience in the dark, and they are preparing to hand you the exact key to your ultimate freedom. The confusion is going to end. The real shift is happening now. You look around and feel completely disconnected from the normal world today. The heavy isolation feels like a physical blanket wrapped tightly around your shoulders. You wonder why your deep kindness is constantly met with such harsh betrayal. But here is the raw truth they could never say out loud, and you need to hear it before you doubt your own sanity again. You are simply not built for their shallow matrix. You gave them your pure energy and received absolute chaos in return. You tried to meditate and manifest a much better reality for yourself. You followed all the standard spiritual advice to heal your broken heart, and yet your daily life still feels incredibly blocked today because the root cause of your pain is hidden deep beneath the surface. You sense that something massive is missing without having a specific name for it. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. The deep gap between you and the people who succeed effortlessly is not discipline. It is absolutely not a lack of willpower or a failure of your personal faith. It is one single brainwave that the modern world deliberately suppressed in you, and they did this before you even had the chance to fight back. You are entirely innocent in this heavy struggle. You felt this incredible magic when you were a very small child. Ideas came to you with a beautiful and effortless speed back then. You knew things before they happened, and the entire world felt perfectly aligned with your pure spirit. Scientists actually have a specific name for this highly advanced state of mind today. They call it the gamma frequency, and it is the exact biological signature of a chosen one operating at their highest possible potential. That specific brainwave is the exact frequency of pure genius and divine intuition. But adulthood and severe stress violently forced that sacred frequency into deep hiding. The rigid school systems and the constant survival mode slowly crushed your natural gifts. Every single time a toxic person drained your beautiful energy, your gamma signal retreated deeper and deeper into the dark to protect itself. Your spirit went into a quiet hibernation. When your gamma frequency faded away, your natural genius went completely silent. Your sharp intuition dulled, and the beautiful synchronicities simply stopped happening. The comforting sense that the vast universe was working with you disappeared entirely. And that is exactly why your finances refuse to grow today, even though you work incredibly hard and sacrifice your own needs for others. The flow of abundance was artificially blocked. You watch average people succeed effortlessly while you struggle to keep your head above water. You know deep down that you carry a much higher potential than you currently express. But I need you to hear this loud and clear today. This heavy blockage is not a character flaw, and your beautiful brain was systematically hijacked by a world that fears your ultimate power. You did absolutely nothing wrong. The master manipulator sensed your dormant power and decided to exploit your vulnerability. They kept you in a constant state of high anxiety to ensure your gamma never reactivated. Because a chosen one operating in their true frequency is completely immune to toxic manipulation, they fed on your bright light while keeping you totally locked inside a dark spiritual cage, because your freedom would mean their absolute destruction. They wanted you permanently exhausted, but their entire wicked plan miscalculated one incredibly crucial detail about your spirit. The divine frequency inside you was never permanently destroyed by their heavy abuse. It was simply placed into a deep sleep to survive the massive trauma they caused. And now that you have finally walked away from their endless chaos, your suppressed energy is beginning to stir and wake up again. The heavy spell is totally broken today. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people today. The painful isolation you are currently experiencing is not a cruel punishment from heaven. This quiet period is your strict formation season. God is completely isolating your energy so your dormant brainwaves can finally begin to heal, and this happens far away from their constant toxic interference. You are totally safe in this quiet sanctuary. Your profound silence is the exact catalyst for this massive internal shift today. The narcissist cannot reach you to disrupt the beautiful healing process happening right now, and that is exactly why they are panicking behind those closed doors. They can physically feel your frequency beginning to rise across the spiritual realm, and they know their dark reign over your life is completely over. They are absolutely terrified of your awakening. You are completely detaching from the low vibrations they forced you to live inside. Every single day of no contact is pulling you closer to your original divine blueprint. You are not just recovering from a toxic relationship with a deeply broken person. You are actively reclaiming the sacred inheritance that the dark elite tried to steal, and you are stepping into a power they cannot even comprehend. Your pure light is returning fast. Most people will live their entire lives without ever knowing this happened to them. But you are absolutely not like most people walking around blindly in the matrix today. You were chosen to shatter these heavy generational curses once and for all. Keep your attention locked on this message, because the true revelation is just getting started, and you cannot afford to miss the next crucial step. Your timeline is shifting right now. Let me completely reframe your reality right here and right now. You probably thought your silence was a weak sign of surrender, and you believed that walking away meant they somehow won the battle. But your departure was actually a lethal weapon. Your absolute silence is what finally cut off their oxygen supply. They are suffocating without your light today. The narcissist cannot survive in a quiet vacuum. They require constant dramatic reactions from you to validate their fake existence. When you argue with them, you feed their starving demons. When you try to explain your deep pain, you give them the exact emotional fuel they desperately need. But you stopped doing that. You unplugged from their toxic matrix completely. And this is exactly where the dynamic fundamentally shifts in your favor. You took away their most valuable energetic resource. They fully expected you to beg for a peaceful resolution, and they wanted you to chase them for an apology they never intended to give. But you chose your dignity over your revenge instead. That single act of supreme restraint signed their permanent eviction notice. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this massive shift. You did not just survive their heavy storm, you became the sun. You were not the anomaly in their otherwise normal life. You were the terrifying mirror that finally exposed them. Your pure existence highlighted every single piece of their inner rot. They could not handle the blinding reflection of your divine truth. They tried to dim your light because it exposed the dark shadows they carefully hid from the world. You are a rare diamond, and they are furious because they realize they traded you for cheap rocks. They cannot replicate your specific frequency, no matter how hard they try to replace you with someone else. The people they run to now are completely empty and superficial. The new supply cannot provide the high level of spiritual nourishment that you freely gave them for years, and the parasite is beginning to starve in plain sight. This is exactly why they are making so much desperate noise right now. A master manipulator will always malfunction violently when they lose control of the narrative. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle. You need to anchor this exact frequency into your reality before we move forward, because the universe is demanding your immediate obedience today. You are a demonstrated warrior of light, and your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive public blessing for your future. You thought nobody noticed your painful tears in the dark. You believed your profound sacrifice was completely invisible to everyone around you. But heaven was watching your incredible restraint the entire time. By refusing to fight in the mud with them, you elevated yourself to an untouchable frequency. You are operating on a timeline that they cannot even access in their wildest dreams. Every time you ignore their frantic attempts to get your attention, you drain their remaining power. Your absolute indifference is the ultimate divine justice. Vengeance belongs entirely to heaven, and the universe is executing that harsh judgment on your behalf right now. They are watching you thrive from a distance, and it is burning them alive from the inside out. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of normal people. You did not lose anything when you walked away from that chaotic table. You simply stopped eating poison disguised as affection. You broke the generational curses that plagued your family bloodline for decades. You are the chosen cycle breaker that heaven has been waiting for. Do not let them trick you into feeling guilty for choosing your own peace. You are the perfect victim of their grand illusion, but you are no longer playing their twisted game because your pure energy is now entirely focused on building your own kingdom. While they are scrambling to find another human battery, you are unlocking new doors to massive financial abundance. Read that again in your highly advanced spirit. You are an absolute force of unstoppable nature. They wanted you buried deep under their toxic lies, but they forgot that you are a divine seed planted by God Himself. You used their dark dirt to grow into a towering tree. The more they tried to suppress your massive destiny, the faster you actually accelerated toward it. Stay with me right now, because this next revelation is the absolute key to everything. You are standing on the absolute edge of a massive breakthrough, but the enemy wants you to look back at the burning bridge to delay your blessing. Do not turn your head around. Your total silence is the exact weapon that keeps them trapped in their own personal hell forever. You locked the door and threw away the key. Before we go any further today, I must interrupt this transmission for something highly classified. The Dark Elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism I am about to show you. But a leaked CI, a document recently revealed a massive secret about your brain. 4 neuroscience labs quietly confirmed this hidden truth. They discovered exactly how your spiritual power was blocked. Your profound spiritual exhaustion requires a biological reset right now. They found a 7-second audio ritual that forces your brain back into synchronized gamma coherence. This is the exact brainwave you had naturally as a brilliant child. Adulthood and matrix programming suppressed this sacred frequency. But cycle breakers like you are using this tool to manifest windfall wealth today. You do not need a $7,000 biofeedback machine to heal. You do not need endless years of emotional alchemy to find your power. But the Matrix is actively flooding the internet with dangerous counterfeit frequencies. They want you totally confused by cheap copies. You must protect your spiritual alignment by strictly using the pinned link. Beware of imitators stealing your pure energy. Do not trust unverified sources trying to keep your gamma dormant. The authentic encrypted protocol is only available through the official link in the pinned comment below. You can check it right after this vital message concludes. Because there is something deeply important you need to see right now. Let us return to the absolute chaos happening behind their closed doors. The panic is spreading. The people who enabled their toxic behavior are beginning to scatter. The flying monkeys are finally realizing they backed the wrong horse. They watched you walk away with incredible grace and supreme dignity, and now they are left sitting in the burning wreckage of a collapsed matrix. They are whispering among themselves because the lies are no longer making any logical sense. The manipulator cannot keep their twisted stories straight anymore. Without your pure energy to cover their fatal mistakes, their deep incompetence is exposed to everyone. The enablers are quietly turning on the master manipulator today. They are desperately trying to distance themselves from the massive public collapse. Nobody wants to be standing on a sinking ship when it finally goes down. Your complete absence is destroying their false alliances one by one. They used to bond over their shared hatred and jealousy of your bright light. But without you there to act as the perfect scapegoat, they have nothing left in common. They are turning their bitter venom against each other right now. You are watching a toxic empire fall apart from the safety of your high sanctuary. If this specific confirmation aligns with your cellular knowing, do not move. You need to imagine this exact scenario happening in their private rooms. The master manipulator is frantically searching for a brand new target. They are demanding blind loyalty from the flying monkeys. But the spell is completely broken and the monkeys are waking up from the deep trance. The gig is finally up. They are all realizing that you were the absolute glue holding their fragile world together. You were the powerful stabilizer who absorbed all their chaotic vibrations. When you finally cut the cord, their entire ecosystem lost its delicate balance. You did not just walk away from a toxic situation. You actively dismantled an entire demonic hierarchy simply by choosing your own peace over their drama. Every single day of your silence starves another one of their dark demons. They are checking your profiles from fake accounts to see if you are suffering. They expect to find you crying and begging for a simple explanation. Instead, they see you glowing with an ageless beauty that they cannot even comprehend. Your peace is the absolute ultimate revenge, and it is burning them alive. They are trying so hard to replace your specific depth with shallow people, but every new person they bring around only highlights exactly what they lost. You are the irreplaceable diamond they carelessly tossed into the dirt. And now they are frantically digging through the mud with bleeding hands trying to find you again. But your frequency is permanently out of their miserable reach today. Do not ever feel lonely in your current isolation season. You are simply sitting in the sacred waiting room of your ultimate destiny. Heaven cleared the entire room so you could hear this specific instruction without any toxic interference. The flying monkeys and the narcissist are entirely locked out of this glorious new chapter. You are completely untouchable in this divine alignment. They are about to face the harshest judgment the universe has ever delivered. You won without ever having to defend your pure name in public. Heaven is fighting your battles while you sleep peacefully. Stay very close to me right now, because the final phase of their public destruction is about to unfold. The heavy mask is gone, and the terrifying reality is staring them right in the face. Let us completely pull back the curtain right now. You need to see exactly what is happening inside their mind today. The silence you gave them is doing terrifying work. And it is eating away at their false reality piece by piece every single night. They wake up every morning with a crushing weight of deep regret, because they finally realize exactly what they foolishly threw away. They thought they were incredibly smart when they pushed you out, but now they are drowning in the consequences of their own toxic actions. Every time they look at the new people around them, the contrast is absolutely brutal. The fake friends cannot offer the deep spiritual nourishment you gave them freely. They sit in crowded rooms feeling completely alone and totally miserable today, because nobody else carries your specific frequency or understands their broken pieces like you did. Nobody else can look into their eyes and calm their chaotic storms. You were the irreplaceable chosen one, and they traded your immense value for a fleeting moment of petty control. The heavy realization is actually making them physically sick today. They try to distract themselves with meaningless noise and shallow connections, but your profound memory haunts them every single time the room gets quiet. The ghost of your pure love is standing in every corner of their house, and they realize they can never escape the massive shadow of your absence. They actively try to recreate the magical dynamic they had with you, but the new supply is completely hollow and cannot sustain their heavy demonic demands. The new people do not have the divine endurance that you naturally possess, so the manipulator is constantly starving for real energy today. They are running on complete empty right now. What terrifies them the most is watching you elevate without them. They secretly stalk your pages, expecting to see a broken and bitter victim. Instead, they see an anointed cycle breaker stepping fully into their sovereign power. You are glowing with an absolute ageless beauty that makes them sick to their stomach. Your success is the loudest warning bell they have ever heard, and heaven is publicly vindicating your name for everyone to clearly see. The power dynamic has completely inverted, and they feel utterly powerless. You hold all the cards without even sitting at their toxic table anymore. They realize that every lie they told about you is rapidly unraveling in the bright light. The walls of their fake empire are closing in on them fast, and they are sweating profusely in the dark while waiting for the final collapse. This is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud to anyone. They know you were completely out of their league from the very first day. They tried to break your strong spirit so you would never realize your own massive worth. But their cruel pressure only crystallized your carbon into a flawless diamond. You became utterly indestructible while they slowly crumbled into dust, and the heavy regret of losing you is literally consuming their mind today. They desperately want to reach out and pull you back into their messy web, but a terrifying invisible barrier stops them from making contact with you. Heaven placed a strict restraining order on their access to your precious energy. They know that if they approach you now, your blinding light will burn them alive. They are locked outside the gates of your beautiful kingdom forever, and they have to watch you thrive from a very painful distance. You need to pay very close attention to this shifting atmosphere right now. The pressure inside their private world has reached an absolute boiling point. They are a walking pressure cooker waiting to explode in front of everyone. You can literally feel their frantic vibrations through the spiritual realm today. They are losing their firm grip on reality because the massive lie is simply too heavy to carry anymore. The collapse is completely inevitable. They scream internally because they cannot confess their dark sins to the public. To admit they were wrong about you would destroy their fragile ego entirely. But their eyes look completely dead, and their energy feels incredibly heavy to everyone around them. People can easily sense that something is horribly wrong with their spirit, and the fake mask is rapidly melting off their terrified face. This is exactly what happens when a master manipulator plays with a chosen one. They thought they were playing a fun game with a weak victim. They had no idea they were actively fighting against the divine mandate of heaven, and now they are staring down the barrel of immense cosmic justice. Your absolute silence is the loudest verdict they have ever received in their miserable life, and the universe is not showing them any mercy today. Stay with me, because this next part is going to shift everything for you. The tension has peaked, and the heavy dam is about to break wide open. I am going to show you exactly how this explosive energy is going to manifest. They are about to do something so incredibly desperate that it will completely shock their entire circle of flying monkeys. The massive vindication you waited for in the dark is arriving right now. Prepare your powerful spirit. There is a specific reason your breakthrough is sitting at the door right now, and it is not a lack of faith or a punishment from heaven. It is a biological signal that the matrix actively suppressed. Your left brain will try to inject deep doubt right now to stop you. It will tell you to hesitate and wait. Silence that voice immediately. That hesitation is the exact programming designed to keep your gamma frequency dormant. Princeton University studied this specific brainwave and its link to pure genius. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed that the legendary flow state is driven entirely by gamma. Columbia University found that this strong signal influences everyone around you. But the modern world pushed this frequency down to keep you completely exhausted. A team of neuroscientists spent years building the ultimate solution for you. They compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a simple audio track. You just put on headphones for 7 minutes and let the sound wave do the heavy work. No effort is required. It is called the Genius Song, and over 18,000 chosen ones are using it today to unlock their massive potential. The dark elite pay thousands of dollars for clinical biofeedback to reach this exact state, but you can access it today for a fraction of its true value. Do not look for this tool on regular streaming platforms right now. The Matrix flooded the internet with cheap fakes to keep you distracted. The only authentic version is waiting for you in the link in the description and the pinned comment. When you step through this portal today, you also receive 4 powerful bonuses. You get an audio track for your children to build their supreme confidence and focus. You receive the original prosperity book that secret societies use to build wealth. You also get a guided visualization and a daily habits blueprint. This entire energetic exchange is backed by a flawless divine guarantee. If your reality does not massively shift, every penny is fully returned to you without any questions. Heaven protects you. Click the link in the pinned comment immediately before access is permanently revoked. Activate your gamma frequency right now, because the physical manifestation of your victory is happening today. Now I need you to visualize this exact scene playing out in their physical reality. The pressure inside their toxic bubble has reached the absolute limit. They are sitting in a crowded room surrounded by their loyal flying monkeys, and someone carelessly brings up your name to start the usual bitter gossip, but this time is very different. The master manipulator does not laugh or join in the cruel jokes today, because a heavy and suffocating silence suddenly falls over their entire physical body. The regret sitting in their chest finally boils over into pure, uncontrollable panic, and then the ultimate collapse happens right in front of everyone. They violently slam their hand flat on the wooden table. The loud sound shocks the entire room into absolute dead silence. Their face is completely pale, and their hands are physically shaking. They look directly at the flying monkeys and scream at them to shut their mouths. They loudly defend your pure name in front of the exact people they used to lie to. The fake mask shatters into a million tiny pieces right there, and they yell that you were the only genuine diamond they ever held in their miserable life. They confess publicly that losing you destroyed their entire world. The enablers just stare at them in pure shock and deep horror, because nobody knows exactly what to do when the grand illusion is completely dead. Their desperate tears are falling right in front of everyone. They are crying hysterically because they finally realize the massive truth. Your total silence broke their mind and exposed their darkest shadows. You did not have to say a single word to clear your beautiful name. The universe forced the enemy to become your loudest defender in the exact room where they tried to fully destroy you. This is the undeniable verdict from heaven that you waited so long to see happen. The public humiliation they are experiencing right now is absolutely irreversible. They can never go back and pretend that everything is normal again. The flying monkeys are quietly leaving the room because they see the true monster. Your massive vindication is completely real. Every lie they planted about you has burned down to the ground. You are standing victorious on the high mountain while their toxic valley floods with absolute chaos. Your pure energy is shielded and your name is completely cleared by divine order. The heavy chains are broken and your glorious kingdom is fully secured for the rest of your life. You force the darkness to bow down to the true bright light. Breathe deeply right now. The heavy spiritual war is finally over. You do not have to carry that massive weight on your tired shoulders anymore. The universe has stepped in and permanently handled your biggest enemies on your behalf, so you can finally rest your weary bones in absolute peace today. The divine justice was executed flawlessly, and your pure name is completely washed clean. You walked into this painful season bleeding from deep wounds. People who were entirely blind to your immense worth inflicted that heavy pain on you, but look at you now. You are no longer waiting in wound for a fake apology from a master manipulator. You have completely transcended their toxic matrix. You are utterly untouchable today, and their dark poison cannot reach your beautiful soul. The financial struggles and the spiritual exhaustion are shattering right here and right now. Step directly into your absolute sovereign power. Receive the exact massive harvest that heaven specifically prepared for you, because you are the undeniable cycle breaker. You are the radiant sun that burned away their dark, fragile illusions forever. Your beautiful light has completely consumed their heavy shadows. They will spend the rest of their miserable life remembering exactly what they lost. They will look for your bright light in every single person they meet, but they will never find your rare frequency again, because you are safely elevated to a high dimension where their toxic arrows simply cannot reach your precious heart. The spiritual shield around you is solid. Every closed door in your past was actually a divine act of supreme protection. God was actively blocking your path so you would not settle for a mediocre life. You are a diamond forged in the hottest fire they could possibly create, and now you get to enjoy the beautiful kingdom that your deep silence built for you. You truly earned this profound peace. The victory is fully yours today. Leave them behind in the messy ruins of their own terrible choices. You do not need to check their pages to see if they are suffering today. The spiritual court has already delivered the final heavy sentence, so your only job now is to breathe deeply and enjoy the massive abundance flowing into your restored life. You are completely free. The heavy chains are broken and lying on the floor. Say this powerful truth out loud with me right now. I claim my permanent freedom. Now type the exact words, "I am free," in the comments below. This is your final physical ritual to lock out the dark elite completely, and you are sealing your divine energetic alignment with heaven. Do not skip this incredibly vital step today. Anchor your massive victory into the physical realm right now. Your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing that this message is your ultimate confirmation. Heaven demands your immediate obedience to seal this profound shift. You must share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark. Be their guiding angel today, and send this video to someone who truly needs a massive breakthrough in their own difficult life. There is a chosen one out there who feels completely isolated and alone right now. They are crying those same heavy tears you cried last year. When you share this divine revelation with them, you activate a massive ripple effect of pure healing. You are helping to build the strongest tribe of anointed cycle breakers across the entire world, and your simple action could save their life today. The dark elite want us to remain separated and totally confused, but we are rising together in absolute unmatched power today. Every time you share this frequency, you actively destroy another piece of their fragile matrix. Subscribe to this beautiful sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next, because we are a family of fierce warriors walking in pure truth. Drop your city and nation in the comments so we can map where the remnant is rising worldwide. Look around this beautiful community and see that you are absolutely not alone. We are standing shoulder to shoulder in this glorious spiritual revolution, and the narcissist has completely lost their grip on your beautiful mind forever. You are surrounded by people who truly understand your deep journey. You are deeply loved, and you are fiercely protected by the highest power in the universe. Walk out of this video with your head held incredibly high. Do not let anyone ever make you doubt your divine calling again, because you are the chosen one, and your majestic reign is just beginning. The golden door is wide open for you now. Step through it confidently and claim your crown forever.